The Oxford Blue dates back to the 1800s, 1829 to be more precise, but it used to be two gamekeepers' cottages, and the story goes that a man named Thomas Evans was given this because he was in the Battle of Waterloo and he saved his commanding officer, and in return, when he came back, they gave him these two gamekeepers' cottages, which he kind of married together and created the Oxford Blue. And so it's been around for a while. It's got a lot of history that dates back, and as like all the pictures around, these were in the property when I bought the pub, and I've just brought them back up because it really shows what we're trying to do here and a good story to tell. My background started when I was 16 and I went to the Birmingham College of Food. That's where I kind of first started cooking. From there, I was working at the Good Food Show and backstage as one of the helpers, and bumped into Jamie Oliver. He then offered me a job in London. I worked there for a few years and then moved on to restaurant Gordon Ramsay. I'd obviously been watching a lot of programs on him, and from there was really attracted to the way they worked there and everything about the place. So I got in contact with Clare Smyth and went down and started working at restaurant Gordon Ramsay, where I worked from economy chef and worked my way up to senior sous chef, spending 6.5 years there. Probably one of the hardest things I've ever done, but would I do it again? Absolutely. It taught me so much. The way that she respects her produce, the way that she taught me how to work in the kitchen was phenomenal, and I wouldn't change it for the world. My love for pubs kind of came from working for Andrew Pern. So during this time I went and did a year and a half at the Star Inn, and that's where I really fell in love with game, because he uses everything there from the Yorkshire moors. Marrying fine dining with a pub, which is something great. That I've been going to pubs all my life when I was young with my family and eating in them, and really get a comfortable and really relaxed feeling in pubs. The style of food I'm doing here at the Oxford Blue is kind of comfort food that people can relate to, just done a bit more refined, using like techniques and skills that I've learnt along my way and ideas that I've had for a long time. Very much British, just done with a modern twist. It's very game orientated. I love game personally. It's something I've got a great passion for. And being here so close to the Crown Estate, we use a lot of the game from there. Their head gamekeeper will call me up during the week, let me know what they've shot, or how many deers they have, and then we kind of work from there and kind of plan the menu based off that, really. I was always kind of taught that simplicity is key, less is more, and that was really driven into me, that you don't want too many components on a plate. Let the produce speak for itself. Something that Claire really taught me is don't overcomplicate it. It's simple flavours, but something that people can really identify and relate to. I think what a lot of people say is they read it on the menu and what their idea is a little bit different to what it comes out, and it is in better than basically what they imagined, which is great. And that's something that I've always kind of focused on. Key ingredients, one main dish, i.e. the signature dish, which is the trotter. A lot of people don't really want to have a whole pig's foot on a plate, so it's just refined and done in a way that's a lot more simpler and nice to look at, really, and very presentable. Being classically trained at restaurant Gordon Ramsay, some of the techniques I use are, a lot of it is classically cooked. A lot of stuff we do is in the pan, cooked on top of the stove. Yes, we do use water baths and that for fish and other items for slow cooking, meats and things like that. But yeah, just a mix of techniques that I've learned along my way, really. The produce I use a lot is game. We're coming into spring now, so it will be a lot lighter. We'll still have pigeons and rabbits and different varieties of venison. Because of the location next to the Great Park, it's fresh as you can get. It's perfect in my eyes. Everything is sourced from in the British Isles as much as I can, basically. Scallops are coming from Scotland, and the fish is coming down from Cornwall off the coast. Game is just on my doorstep. The meat we get from a farm over in Essex. It's more national, but I keep it within the British Isles as much as I can, really. I wanted to create a country pub, but at the same time marrying the whole fine dining and the pub feel together as one. And we didn't want it to look like a restaurant, at the same time it's very much a pub. The area here is just primarily for drinking, and then we have the two dining areas on the outside. The idea was old world meets modern, really, with a bit of a twist. On the outside, it's very 1800s. So we just wanted to kind of carry that through the rest of the building, but at the same time lift it with a bit of a modern feel to it. A lot of the furniture is all old antique chairs and that have just been reupholstered, and obviously the fireplace and the Chesterfields, that's just got a little bit more of a modern look on it. It's not your classic Chesterfield. We had that bespoke made, and the bar stools, they're a lot bigger, a lot more comfortable to sit in. The waiter stations are all butcher's blocks converted, so it's got that whole like homely country feel to it. You can come here with a friend, or you can come here with your other half and you can have a romantic meal. You can come here for a quiet drink. You come here on a Sunday and read the newspaper. It's got that whole ability of doing different things, but at the same time, the food that we're doing here now is new. It's exciting. My right-hand man, Daniel, he's also my GM. He's great on the floor. His wife, Marguerite, she looks after all the wines and the drinks. My fiancée, Amy, she's the head pastry chef. We've all worked together before. I worked with Dan at Restaurant Gordon Ramsay. I worked with Marguerite at Petrus. I worked with Amy because she was the pastry chef at Restaurant Gordon Ramsay. And we're a new little team, and we're really trying to make a difference. And it is starting to make a name for itself, which is fantastic. All young chefs have a dream of having their own place one day, and when you get an offer, and someone comes and approaches you and asks you if you want to go into business and be able to do something that you've been dreaming about all your life, I couldn't say no. It was never planned. It just kind of happened, and I was very lucky to get the opportunity, and yeah, I've never looked back since.